Namaste. Welcome to part 2 of Meditation 101, Position. So we're learning today what is our position according to the ancient yoga philosophy. Last week we learned about our essence, who am I, what am I made of, and this week we'll learn about our position. Next week we'll do our function. So as we described before, these three things, essence, position, and function, are necessary if we want to have full knowledge about any object. We need to know the essence, position, and function of that object. So before I start the class, let me just offer my prayers of respect to our spiritual lineage. If you could please repeat after me. Nama, Om, Vishnu, Padaya, Krishna, Prastaya, Bhutale, Srimate, Siddha, Swarup, Ananda, Para, Mahamsa, Ite, Namine, Bhaja, Sri, Krishna, Chaitanya, Prabhu, Nityananda, Shri, Advaita, Gadadhar, Srivas, Ade, Gaur, Bhakta, Vrinda. So just like when you enter a karate dojo, you offer respect to your grandmasters. Similarly, in the yoga tradition, we always offer our prayers to our spiritual teacher and to all the great spiritual teachers who came before us. So, quickly, just to give you a synopsis of last week, the essence of the person or the spiritual living being is distinct and separate from matter. So matter is a type of energy and spirit is a type of energy, and these two energies are separate. They're different in quality. Matter is always changing, it's temporary, it's inferior. Spiritual energy is permanent, never changes, and eternal and superior. So the living entity being a part of that spiritual energy, but is only a minute particle. In other words, he's not a full quantity of that spiritual energy. Because he is only a minute or infinitesimal tiny piece of spiritual energy, he can be covered up by the inferior energy and overwhelmed by it. So that is our condition here. We're encased by the body, we're encased by the mind, the intelligence, the false ego. We're encased by these material energies which are of the inferior nature. But although our nature is superior, we become overwhelmed by the inferior. So how do we break free from that? We need to understand what is our position in relation to others in the world around us. And we do that by understanding the Paramatma. So we have the Atma, that's you and that's me, the infinitesimal spiritual particle. And then you have the Param Atma. Param means supreme or transcending, above, over and above. So this Param Atma means the supreme Atma, the Atma who is not infinitesimal, who is grandiose or unlimited in quantity of all the same qualities that that spiritual infinitesimal Atma has. So we all have these specific qualities of attractiveness. We all have a certain degree of wealth, fame, power, strength, wisdom, renunciation, or detachment, and beauty. These are called the 6 attractive qualities. I said power and strength, but I meant the same. So these 6 attractive qualities we all have to a certain degree, but the Paramatma has them in an unlimited quantity. In other words, he has special capabilities that normal living beings don't have. And actually he's considered to be the source of all living beings. So all beings originated or emanated from his transcendental form or transcendental body. So if we can accept this knowledge through the descending process, as we spoke of last week, how one can receive knowledge as it descends and not be fixed or attached with specific beliefs or indoctrination or values or things that we're holding on to, experiences that we've had. We can only go so far with our own strength, and we reach a limit, because connecting with the Paramatma, we're talking about an actual living person who has feelings, who has a will of his own. If he does not want you to come to know him, he can simply walk or move away at any time. So it's not something that you can try to understand or climb a mountain. It's not like understanding this original being is like taking a voyage where you just have to reach the top and then you've achieved something, because it's a relationship. In other words, it's about what he wants. So there's a lot to consider here beyond just what your experiences are and what you think is the truth, and so on and so forth. And then we're not asking you to accept anything on blind faith here, but what we are doing is we are proposing, and we are delineating and expounding upon the truth as it has been passed down through this disciplic succession or descending process. And in this way, the information can be thoroughly tested time and time again and found to be either scientific or unscientific. Scientific meaning if you repeat the result, you achieve the end. If you repeat the experiment, you achieve the result over and over again. It's repeatable. That makes something scientific. So this process of developing or cultivating a relationship with the Paramatma is completely science. It's a complete science. It's known as the science of bhakti. And it is a process that will allow you to achieve yoga, or this union between yourself and this other living being who has special qualities that we do not possess. And by making or bridging or connecting in this relationship, we are actually going to become completely at peace and completely happy and completely reestablished in our original position. So what is our position then? We can already logically conclude it based upon the information that I've just given to you. So if the Paramatma has all of the qualities but in an unlimited quantity, and we have all the qualities but in a minute quantity, then what is our position here? Is my position, let me ask you this, is my position to be the boss? In other words, am I the center of the universe? Should this other being and other infinitesimal beings like me, should they all be working to serve me and serve my pleasure? Should they be all working hard so that they can accumulate things so that I can enjoy myself? Is that gonna be the best situation for everyone? Or is it that all of the infinitesimal souls with the same qualities but in a small quantity work together for the satisfaction of the original being who has full capabilities of satisfying everyone? And by working for his pleasure, everyone ends up in a really, really good situation. So it's got to be one or the other. It can't be both. It can't be that I'm the center of the universe, but also the Paramatma is the center, and we're both the center. It's one of us is the center. So who's the center? Now, if I want to be in the center, if I link up with him, he's really the center, but I can be close to the center. So that's a good situation. So you can look at it like that if you really, really want to be in the center. But we can recognize this tendency that we all have to want to be in the center and want to have that attention and that have others serve us in that way, to try to be that enjoying agent, that person that everyone looks at. But you've also got to see that there's an expectation there, if you are the center, that you need to satisfy all these other people that are helping you. And this is where we come into our position, because you find time and time again that you actually are not built in with that innate capacity to satisfy the spiritual needs of another living entity. Because you do not have that innate capacity to fully satisfy someone else's spiritual needs, time and time again, when you try to be that central enjoying agent, you're going to find that you come to a limitation. You're going to find that that person realizes that you cannot satisfy them, and then they go look for another person. This is why you have so many divorces in the West. This is why you have so much separation between families and friends, and people are constantly breaking friendships and moving around and finding new friends. And it's just like that. You meet and you try to put forth this image that, yes, I've got what you want. I can satisfy you. I've got all this stuff. You've got all this stuff. We can work together and help each other. And then you run dry every time, because not one Atma is called the reservoir of pleasure. I'm an Atma. You're an Atma. We are not the reservoir of pleasure. The Param Atma is the reservoir of pleasure. It means he's the tank. He is the ocean of pleasure. So he has an unlimited capacity to give pleasure to anyone else that's linked up with him in a loving relationship. So we know that our position is not the boss. Now, some people do think they are the boss, and they're really caught up in this consciousness. And like we talked about earlier, one of the 4 tendencies of the human species is to fall under illusion. But if you look at when a child comes into this earth, a child is completely dependent. And even now, we ourselves, we're completely dependent. We're dependent upon energy in various forms. You need air, you need water, you need food, you need love, you need all of these things, and they all come from somewhere. There's a source of all these things that we're depending upon. So when a person tries to be in the illusion that they are independent, it's simply just that. It's simply an illusion that they're trying to play out this false role of trying to be the Lord. But it's not their true nature. It's not their true position. And so it's always going to be a disharmonious relationship with reality. And so that person is going to find themselves in disharmony with the world around them and others, and they're going to be confused at some point, and they're really going to be kind of searching and like trying to figure it out if they have a little bit of sincerity. If they're incredibly envious and they are consumed by this desire to be the top, to be number one, to be lord over others and exploit others, they will continue down this dark path of developing this consciousness of enviousness and almost demon-like in the way that it does not care whether or not others are being hurt, or it does not care for anyone else other than themselves. So this is the crux of self-centeredness. This is the crux of what is wrong with this world and what is causing so much pain and harm to others, is this type of consciousness that's being cultivated, which is the direct opposite of the consciousness of loving union or yoga with the Supreme. So the Atma, his position, is one of dependency, subordination. In other words, working as an assistant, or working as a part of a team to support the Param Atma. And the Param Atma, with his all-powerful will, all-loving will, all benevolent will, by supporting him, we understand this is our real position, and we can experience real happiness in relationship of yoga with this Paramatma. So, as a person hears and repeats these mantras, these transcendental sound vibrations, their heart and mind become cleansed, and the dust that's residing in the heart from all past experiences starts becoming cleansed away, and we gradually start to experience our real nature of spirit as fully enlightened, fully eternal, and full of happiness. And we can start connecting or experiencing our relationship with the Paramatma, with the divine being who is our originator or our source. And what happens is we start actually perceiving this heart-to-heart connection with him gradually over time. And so it starts off as just a peaceful process of meditation, and it becomes more joy-filled and more heartfelt the longer and longer that you do it. So it's like a snowball effect. It starts off small, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And there's no limit to the amount of pleasure that you can experience through this meditation. So that's why it's the most worthwhile thing that you can ever invest your time in. It's like adding bucks to your spiritual bank account. But even when you leave this body, you still retain everything that you've gained. You don't lose anything. Whereas any money you put in the bank, you're going to lose it eventually at the time of death of the body. So I encourage you guys to take up this practice, and we're going to teach you japa meditation now. This is a form of meditation using beads. So the more senses that you involve in meditation, the easier it is for the mind to concentrate. So you might notice at the beginning when you practice that your mind is going to be constantly wandering all over the place. And you want to try to draw it back onto the sound. The more that you can chant with attention and affection, the more you can develop that affection for the Paramatma, knowing that he loves you, knowing that he's provided all this energy for you, knowing that it's not his fault that you're experiencing all of these different pain and thing of this world, that this world is simply set up as a learning place for you to understand that this is not your real home, and that you'll be happy when you're linked back up with him in his world. When you understand that the pain that you're experiencing is due to your own past activities of harming others, and that's coming back on you now as your karma. Just like Jesus said, as you sow, so shall you reap. So if you're reaping something now, you have sown it in the past. You have done that. So by being humble and acknowledging that, yes, I am the one who has committed many abominable activities, and I am the one who deserves pain, although what I'm receiving now is much, much less than what I really deserve. And it can be difficult to come to this platform of humility, especially in the beginning. We tend to be puffed up by our false ego, thinking that I'm great because of our past conditioning. Like I said, trying to be that central enjoying agent, the top dog. But to really understand your position means being humble. It means recognizing that I am the most fallen being, that I am here in the material world, encased by matter, and I have not made the correct decisions, but now I am asking for mercy upon myself to the being who is in charge, who has the power to save me, because I cannot save myself. So I sincerely ask that if it is his desire that I be saved, that he would please consider that. Now in the beginning you may really, because of the self-centeredness, you may really be wanting salvation or liberation for yourself. However, as you progress, you will come to the point to where you become so happy in your relationship with the Paramatma that your only desire is what he desires for you. In other words, your prayer becomes from, please, please save me, O Lord. It becomes, O Lord, whether or not you save me, it doesn't matter. My prayer now is that I simply never forget you. I simply can remember you and hold on to you, because that is my life and that is my satisfaction. So whether I be saved or whether I be cast into hell, I can endure as much hellish torment as you want, as I deserve, as long as I can remember you. Because that remembrance, that loving remembrance, is so much more than my salvation. So much more. So in this mood of humility, we try to chant these mantras. Holding ourselves into that mood of humility allows us to taste the peace. So we're going to use this mantra now. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. So we'll take the beads. If you need a set, just email me and I'll send you a set. If you have a set at home, you can go get your beads now. So most of the time there's a half round is 54 beads. This is a full round, 108. So if you have a half round, you're going to go all the way around. And then when you get to the end, you're going to start on that bead again and go all the way back around. You can use your thumb and your index finger or your thumb and your middle finger. And you're going to touch each bead one time while you say the mantra. And then move to the next bead and say the mantra. And then to the next bead. Now, if you like to fidget, you can fidget on each bead. There's no hard and fast rules as long as you're engaging your sense of touch, you're engaging your sense of hearing and your voice and trying to focus on the sound. Okay, so we'll start on the top one. On the head bead here, you can say a personal prayer to your spiritual teacher, or you can use the Gora Anga mantra 3 times. So we'll use that one that we learned last week, Gora Anga. It means the beautiful golden limbs. However, just like if I gave you a dictionary definition of these words or a dictionary definition of the sunset or love, it doesn't quite go into the actual meaning. So the actual meaning must be experienced by repeating and hearing these sounds. So we'll say Goranga 3 times on the head bead, and then we're going to go to the first bead. We'll go all the way around, and we'll say Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana on each one. So please join in with me at home, starting with the head bead. Gora Anga, Gora Anga, Gora Anga. Gopala, Govinda, Rama, Madana, Mohana. 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 Gopala Govinda Rama Madana 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 Mohana. So go ahead and finish. If you're still going, you can go at your own pace. And this was just to give you kind of an example of how to do it. But this japa meditation is a personal solitude practice. So this is the tool that you need to take your meditation into your own hands, and it allows you to take rest, take refuge, take a vacation, any day, anytime, whenever you like. So what I recommend is, if you want to see actual results, you need to start with at least 15 minutes a day. You need to set aside that time. 15 minutes is about 2 of these full rounds around, or if you got a half round, that's about 4 times around each way. So you set aside that time, you make a consistent effort. Just like you bathe every day, you add this spiritual sound vibration to your life every day, and that way you're getting a constant cleansing going on that's going to ensure you a gradual progression towards a place where all the bad stuff, all the loneliness, the anxiety, the emptiness, the pain of this world will simply just become a distant sensation that's going on, but it won't be affecting you so much, because you'll have this shield that you've built, this shield of peace, joy, and love that you're experiencing through your connection with the Paramatma. So this activity right here is something that is very pleasing to the Paramatma, to this original being. This is the most pleasing activity that you can do for him. And so I very much encourage you to take up this practice and add it into your life. If you have any other questions or inquiries, please feel free to connect with me, and I'll be happy to answer any of those following my class next week, part 3, where we'll discuss our function, and we'll go through one final and the most fun of all meditation practice. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.